Hey guys, just got done having a meeting here. Wanted to share something with you. So, this is one of those things I see all the time. So, what is holding your business back, right? And I'll tell you one of the things I see, and I see it time and time again, unfortunately, is people, small business owners, they don't like the B word. And the B word in this case is a budget. And I think a lot of times they think that the analogy I think that I get a lot of times is that a budget is like some depriving diet. So, for example, you're on some diet, you're trying to lose a bunch of weight, and your nutritionist says just eat lettuce and drink water. And I think people think of a budget like that you can only drink water and eat lettuce, and it's not like that. As a matter of fact, if you think of a diet, you could be on a weight gain diet where you're really trying to gain weight, right? So you're eating a lot. And a budget can be the same way. And a lot of people think that a budget is only for companies that make a lot of money. It's not. As a matter of fact, I would argue that the companies that where the money is the tightest, it's even more important than it is at a big company, because what a budget allows you to do is track where you're going towards your goal for the year. It's very, very important for that. It allows you to make good decisions, good financial decisions. So you get, it's August of the year, and maybe a promotional opportunity presents itself, and you say, hey, do we have the money for that, or do we not? So you don't know without a budget, right? You compare to last year. That's what a lot of business owners do. They say, well, compared to last year, we were at this. Well, maybe you want to be 20% up versus last year, and you're just looking at 1 month and not the full year, year to date, etc. The other thing it does is if you have a detailed budget by line, what it'll show you is how much you're making in each line, or how much you're spending in each line. So, for example, the other thing that you might get into, let's say you're in May or June, or you're in July, like we are here right now, and you're behind on revenue, right? You're behind your goal by $100,000. Well, why? Why are you behind by $100,000? Well, if you have a detailed line by line budget, you'll know, right? So maybe you have 3, 4, 5 different lines of revenue. Well, you'll know exactly where you're at with those lines. So is it maybe 2 of those lines are doing really well and one of them is doing terribly bad? Well, that allows you to know that and then be able to make changes, right? If you know that specific line that you're falling short in, what changes do you need to make? Maybe it's because of you lost a salesperson. Maybe you stopped offering that product for 2 weeks, and geez, here's the impact of it. Without having that and without having put that out, you don't know that. You have to have that budget to be able to show you that. And by the way, it's not a depriving diet, like I said. And I think another reason why a lot of small business owners don't use a budget is they don't know how to put it together. And I'll tell you, it is not nearly as intimidating as you think it is. You can break it down. It's just like anything else. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? How do you do a budget? One step at a time. You can lay out the, maybe 8 steps, and consume each step bite by bite. And when you do it that way and you lay it out that way, it's not that bad. But I'll tell you, it will be powerfully important for your business. Here's why I think, I said the title of this is What's Holding Your Business Back. I've yet to work with a small business owner that had a budget. None of them. However, it is literally one of the pillars of my business is I help business owners produce that budget. And I'll tell you the results are, and the impact it has on the business are nothing short of astounding. It is like, it's like you have video game numbers. So I know one business owner, I can just off the top of my head, that I just worked with the other day. He is up, now he's been in business for 16 years. So clearly he's doing something right. He's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing a great job. Otherwise he would not have been in business for 16 years, right? So he's never had a budget though. So we implemented a budget for him. I'm not kidding. I'll mention this one because I remember it off the top of my head because it was just the other day. His revenue, I'm sorry, not revenue, net income, even more importantly, his net income, so what he's taking home is up by, are you ready for this one? 261%. 261%. Now, we've made other changes in that business, but that is primarily because we have a budget now. So we've made several adjustments throughout the year, and because we can see them every single month, we compare against budget, and we say, hey, we're behind here, we're ahead there, we're spending more money here, so we spend less over here. It gives you a way to do that. I'll tell you, just on a personal level, look, this even impacted the Biz family. So I looked. This has been a long time ago now, but I looked at as anyone who's heard me before know, I'm a big proponent of using credit cards now, responsibly using them. Right, you don't rack up debt, you pay the balance each month, but you take advantage of the rewards. So we put almost everything in our house that we can. We put it on a credit card and we pay it off each month. Well, I looked at one month what we had spent on going out to eat. And I'll tell you the number, I won't tell you what the number is actually because it was embarrassing. It was a lot of money. Now, it was kind of an anomaly because we had some birthdays and some people in town and holidays and things like that. So it was more than usual. But I sat down with my wife and I said, gosh, we're spending, you realize we spent X amount on going out to eat. I said, we need to have a budget. Now, she reacted the way a lot of people react when you say the B word, the budget, is, okay, well, we won't go out to eat anymore. Forget it. We won't go out to eat anymore. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying let's do it responsibly. So let's pick a number that we think is reasonable on what to spend in going out, and let's stick to it. So, for example, make up the number. Let's say you're going to spend $100 a week going out to eat. Well, it's Wednesday, and you say, hey, let's go out to eat. This sounds great. Let's go out to eat tonight. Well, if you have a budget in mind, you're following a budget, in this example, what you do is you'd say, that sounds great. I'd like to go out to eat tonight, but I know on Saturday we're going out to eat for X, Y, and Z event, whatever, and we're going to spend money then. So are we going to stay under our budget for the week if we go out tonight? Right? Without a budget, you just spend it, right? You don't have a plan. So it's just a financial plan to get you to your desired results. If you have a 5-year strategic plan, how do you know if you're getting to where you want to be? Excuse me. Let's say you're a business that does $250 a year and you want to get to $500,000 in 5 years. Well, using that simple example, you'd need to increase your revenue by $50,000 a year. So that's your budget starting point for that year one. I need to go from 250 to 300. Now, how do I get there? You reverse engineer it, you figure out how to get there, and then you track and you monitor every single month. So you know exactly where you're at, and if you're not where you need to be, where are you falling short? Then you can make adjustments. You can make better financial decisions because you know where you're at. Very, very important. Budgeting is not a depriving diet. It is not lettuce and water. So very, very important. And again, literally every business I work with, we put together a budget. It's a requirement of mine. It's a pillar of my business. Cash flow, that's the second thing I look at. Cash flow is number one. Because if you don't have cash flow, you're not going to be in business very long. The second thing I look at after we get cash flow straightened out and make sure we don't have any issues there is we put together a budget. And we monitor it and we measure it every single month. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you, think about this. What you monitor and what you measure always improves. So if you have a budget and you're measuring against it, and that budget reflects what your goal is for the year, you'll know exactly where you're at throughout the year. So very, very important. I just wanted to pop on real quick and give you guys that. It's Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll be in touch soon. Hopefully this was helpful. If you need budget help or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out. You can go to MrBizSolutions.com, etc. But just wanted to pass that along and emphasize how important a budget is, yet how infrequently people use them. So great talking to everyone. I'll see everyone soon, and thanks a lot.